Just when the Nigerian government thought they had closed the chapter by sentencing the IPOB leader to life in prison, a brand new drama is unfolding thousands of miles away in the heart of the United States. So, the big question on everyone's mind is, after the court's judgment, is IPOB still talking about peace, or are we about to see massive protests? What will really happen next? Stick with me, because we are going to unpack everything. First, let's quickly remind ourselves of the big event that started it all. On November 20th, 2025, a federal high court in Abuja found Nnamdi Kanu guilty of all 7 terrorism-related charges brought against him. The judge, Justice James Omotosho, sentenced him to life imprisonment. Now, what were these charges? The court said Kanu, as the leader of IPOB, committed acts of terrorism by making broadcasts to intimidate the public and enforce the famous Monday sit-at-home orders in the southeast. They also found him guilty for encouraging attacks on security officers and for importing a radio transmitter without a license. The judge stated that while the right to self-determination is allowed, any action not done according to the Nigerian constitution is illegal. But here is the dramatic part. During the court proceeding, Kanu vigorously challenged the judge, shouting, "You know Sabi law, show me the law." He argued that the court had no jurisdiction to try him. Because of this unruly behavior, the judge ordered that he be moved out of the courtroom, and the final judgment was delivered in his absence. So, with their leader now sentenced to life in prison, what is IPOB's next move? This is where the story gets very interesting. Right after the sentencing, IPOB did something very important. They released an official statement, and this is crucial for you to understand their current stance. In a statement by their spokesperson, Emma Powerful, the group condemned the sentence but made a very clear promise. They said, and I quote, "We reaffirm our commitment to peaceful advocacy, international law, and the pursuit of a United Nations supervised referendum." They are saying, we are not looking for violence. They are insisting that their fight for Biafra will be done through peaceful means and by appealing to international bodies like the United Nations. They claimed that no weapons were ever found on Kanu and that the violence in the southeast is politically manufactured and has nothing to do with their leader who has been in detention. So, on one hand, they are promising peace. But on the other hand, what is happening in reality? Let's look at their actions. While IPOB is talking about peace, they are also actively organizing for a major protest. But pay close attention. This protest is not planned for the streets of Aba or Onitsha. It is planned for Washington D.C. in the United States. Why Washington? Because IPOB is trying to get the attention of the international community, and specifically the US government. Their plan is to stage a peaceful demonstration to draw attention to what they call the persecution of Christians and indigenous communities in Nigeria. They are even framing this protest as a way to support US President Donald Trump after he designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over religious freedom. They are mobilizing not just Igbos, but all Nigerians in the US, Yorubas, Middle Belt people, Ijaws and others to join them. Their spokesperson said the protest will be a peaceful and lawful expression of conscience and not a call for confrontation. So, the reality is that their protest is currently focused on international lobbying and awareness, not on violent confrontation at home. Now, you might be wondering, why is the Nigerian government so worried about IPOB's activities? To understand that, you need to know there's another group also agitating for Biafra, but in a very different way. While Nnamdi Kanu was on trial in Nigeria, another Biafran separatist leader, Simon Ekpa, who is based in Finland, was leading a different charge. Ekpa is the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BIGIE. His group has been conducting what they call a self-referendum for Biafrans to vote for independence. Ekpa even claimed that over 30 million people voted in the first round of this referendum, which is more than the number of voters in the 2023 Nigerian presidential election. However, It is very important to note that in September 2025, Simon Ekpa was also convicted in Finland on terrorism charges and sentenced to 6 years in prison. The Nigerian government has completely rejected these separatist activities. The court's judgment against Kanu made it very clear. Self-determination is only legal if it follows the Nigerian constitution. So, with all this information, we now return to our main question. Peace or protest? What will happen next? To answer this, we need to look at 3 key areas: the Nigerian government, the people in the southeast, and the international community. First, the Nigerian government. The court has spoken and the government has shown its strength. But the question is, will this judgment bring peace to the southeast, or will it create more tension? The government's position is very clear. They want to uphold the unity of Nigeria by any means. They believe that by sentencing Nnamdi Kanu, they have shown that no one is above the law. However, the government also has a big challenge. They need to address the real issues that are making people agitate for separation. Issues like marginalization, lack of infrastructure, and unemployment in the southeast. If these issues are not addressed, even if they detain one leader, another may rise. So, the government must choose between continuing with a strong military approach or starting a genuine dialogue with the people of the southeast. Second, the people in the southeast. The ordinary people are the ones who feel the impact of this struggle every day. They are the ones who suffer from the sit-at-home orders, the military checkpoints, and the violence. Many of them are tired of the situation. They want to live their lives in peace, do their businesses, and take care of their families. But at the same time, a good number of them still believe in the Biafra cause. They feel that the Nigerian system has not been fair to them. So, the big question is, will the people follow IPOB's call for peaceful protest, or will they become frustrated and resort to violence? The answer to this question will determine the next phase of this struggle. Third, the international community. This is a very important factor. IPOB is taking their protest to Washington D.C. because they want the world to see their struggle. They want the United States and other powerful countries to put pressure on the Nigerian government. But will the international community listen? The United States and other countries have their own interests in Nigeria. They may not want to support any group that threatens the unity of the country. However, if they see that the human rights of the people are being violated, they might speak up. So, the success of IPOB's international protest will depend on how well they can convince the world that their cause is just. Now, let me talk about something related. My people, Nigeria is a country with over 250 ethnic groups. We have the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, and many others. Our diversity is supposed to be our strength, but many times we allow it to become our weakness. The truth is, the problems facing the southeast are not only affecting the Igbos. The problems in the northeast are not only affecting the Kanuris. The problems in the Niger Delta are not only affecting the Ijos. We are all facing challenges together. Instead of fighting each other, we should be looking for ways to work together. We should be asking our leaders to provide good governance, to create jobs, to build roads, and to give every Nigerian a sense of belonging. If every region feels included and treated fairly, the agitation for separation will reduce. So, my message to all of us is this: let us focus on what unites us, not what divides us. Let us build a Nigeria where every citizen, regardless of their tribe or religion, can thrive and be proud to call themselves Nigerian. So, my people, to wrap it all up, the future after Kanu's sentence is very uncertain. On one hand, IPOB is promising peace and taking their struggle to the international stage. On the other hand, the reality on the ground in the southeast remains tense. What will happen next will depend on the actions of the government, the choices of the people, and the response of the international community. One thing is sure, the story is far from over. We must all keep our eyes open and watch as events unfold. Before I go, I have a small request for you. If you enjoyed this gist and found it informative, please do me a big favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. Also, share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think will happen next? Do you believe in one Nigeria, or do you support the agitation for Biafra? Let's have a peaceful and constructive conversation. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, and may God bless Nigeria. I will see you in the next video.